What's up, guys? So today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's actually going to be a review of one of the jiu-jitsu training trips I took. So I've been a couple places now to do jiu-jitsu and train a little bit, just because I believe going to camps and going to seminars and just going out and just training at other clubs is really important. And so today's video is about Bteam. So in October, for a little under a week, so about 6 days, I had went and trained in Austin, Texas with Bteam, under Craig Jones, Nicky Rod, Damien there, and Nick Ortiz. And it was really awesome, guys. So this video is about the good and the bad. The good, number one, awesome classes. The freaking classes were the best. I met tons of new people at these classes. The technique was amazing. Like, it was very, very good. I became a lot more proficient at my leg game specifically, and my my choking defense, particularly with like the front headlock chokes like Darces and Anacondas. I became a lot more aware of how I can defend those things. I still suck absolutely at jiu-jitsu, but going on this trip definitely helped me out, was understanding some more technical positions in jiu-jitsu a lot, and the teachers were so, their teaching skills were very refined and very detailed, and I would say it is a great style of learning for adults. Not necessarily the best for young kids, but for adults, I would say it was this was perfect. Another awesome thing, great wrestling classes. I could really appreciate that every single day we had a class that was basically based on wrestling. It was at 12, I believe 12 p.m., whatever time zone Austin is. And I got a lot out of it because I didn't really learn too much as far as the wrestling goes, but I was put back in that that situational feel of drilling a lot like I was in college, which I really appreciate. And I think more jiu-jitsu guys need to do that. Like, more jiu-jitsu guys and more jiu-jitsu teams need to consistently drill. Like, they should be actively trying to drill wrestling, because there's one thing about being good at wrestling and actually being effective at using your wrestling in jiu-jitsu. And I feel like having a class every single day will definitely expand our knowledge and our awareness when it comes to actually wrestling with jiu-jitsu. And it did that for me. It allowed me to explore my wrestling a lot, and it allowed me to scrap with some pretty decent guys too with wrestling. So that was really fun. The intensity. So one of the things I really liked was the intensity of the practices. They were tough. The wrestling practice, for example, was very, very tough. We got lots of reps in. It wasn't even made to be like some super hardcore workout, but it was just like, just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. That's what I was like, man, I can really appreciate that. I made lots of good friends there too, good friends in quotations, of course, but like at the time, I met a ton of really cool guys. I met this guy named James. He was a really cool guy. He actually is the one who told me, Brandon, just get your camera and start recording every day. And that's why I started doing my YouTube channel. So I really grew a lot, as far as like a businessman. He helped me learn about prices for my business. He just helped me learn a lot about business that I'm not going to talk about in this video, because that's not what this video is about. I met a couple cool dudes who are really good wrestlers too. I met some awesome guys who were just great grapplers in general with jiu-jitsu, who I'm still friends with to this day, who I still communicate with on Instagram. Shout out to my homie Steven, one of the guys that I really enjoyed training with, one of my main training partners there. And that was really awesome. And honestly, most importantly, the biggest thing there was the vibe was so freaking chill, man. Like, there was no ego. I never felt like anyone was trying to win while I was there. I mean, obviously, we're being competitive against each other, but I never felt like, training with some of their better guys, I never felt like they were trying to kill me. And I also, they didn't seem like they cared, like, if I was beating any of them in any positions. Not that I was, basically at all, ever. But especially in the jiu-jitsu part of it. But it just felt like a really good learning environment where I was able to ask questions, and no one like shut me down for asking questions, and everyone was really nice and cool and down-to-earth guys. A great thing that no one really mentions about Bteam, because you have your main guys, is like the people who are there, who work there too, who are really, really cool. Besides just the main guys, they just have a great group of dudes who are just easygoing and really easy to be around, and I'm really grateful for my experience there. I think one of the guys that I didn't even really know about was Damien, and I think his Instagram is like Damien BJJ. I believe, and I might be wrong. I'll put his little Instagram like somewhere right here when I edit this video. But Damien, he taught me the most out of everyone, out of Craig, out of Nicky Rod, out of Nicky Ryan, out of literally everyone. I learned the most from Damien, and I'm really grateful for him. Damien and Nick Ortiz, those two guys are probably my, up there with two of my favorite ever, jiu-jitsu instructors. And Damien's just I believe Damien is a purple belt, and I believe Nick Ortiz is a black belt. I believe, I'm not sure. They don't really care. No one really cares about belts there, which is another thing that I think is a really awesome pro, is like no one cares about the belt. No one cares about your belt color. No one says, are you a white belt, a blue belt, purple? No one cares, because it's no-gi grappling. And they're as jiu-jitsu guys get, without all the stuff that comes with being a gi player. And I love that, and all the stuff that comes with, like, it's like they throw away the traditionality of jiu-jitsu. Like, dude, we don't care about the belts. Like, there are belt promotions and people do get promoted and stuff there, but the big thing is that everyone knows that you don't have to be a black belt to be a black belt. I mean, that's very obvious with a lot of the guys there. Honestly, the only bad thing about my trip there is that I couldn't stay longer. That's literally the only bad thing that I can say about the whole trip. Everyone was freaking awesome. The technique was awesome, and I highly recommend everyone go out to Bteam BJJ.